Back page of The Sun, time bomb. RAF and KDB wrap dangerous new rules. This is by Charlie Wyatt and Martin Blackburn in The Sun. Furious Prem stars, including Raphael Varane and Kevin De Bruyne, are furious with football chiefs over new dangerous, damaging and senseless added time rules. Going on to say that this will increase the risk of players' physical and mental fears being ignored. Also back page of The Times as well, player fury at longer games as well, because we could see games go on for an extra 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's calls today to make sure that players and IFAB and federations work together to make sure that the answers are in place for everyone, because if they're going on to talk about the physical and mental well-being, obviously there's real concerns from a player's point of view. But just wondered, going through this, Andy, do you think this is with the players just to simply stop time wasting, or should there be a stop clock so we know exactly how much time?
Exactly. I think, and I think there's a psychological aspect to, if you look up and see the clock and it says 35 minutes gone, but people upstairs know actually you've been out there for 43. I think players will just know we've got another 10 minutes till half time. Come on. When you're looking up at the clock and you see it ticking away, and then all of a sudden someone holds up a board and it says another 10 or 11 minutes, psychologically that does something to you. I don't know why. I just think it does. Whereas if everyone in the ground just sees the clock and someone's in control of the time, that would make a lot more sense to me. And I don't think people would be going quite so crazy about it. Or stupidly, it's still the same amount of time and there's the same amount of risk involved to these people. But I just think it might be better if everyone looks up and we all know at all times what's left to play.
Well, I find, thinking about it the last 24 hours since we were on air last and talking about it with others as well, do players not realise that the reason this time is being added on is because of what's happening out on the pitch? It's their antics. So if they start thinking about how they are behaving, then the time will lessen more and more throughout the season. And maybe it's just a case of they've got to get used to that. They've got to start being wiser with how they approach games, and we will see the time drop off, I imagine.
That's a very good point. I think you're right now. I think as we get going with this, I think maybe we'll see the minutes reduced from 11s and 10s and 9s. Maybe it will come down to maybe 6s and 7s, etc. But it's going to take some getting used to. And players, look, I said yesterday, I'm afraid you just got to get on with it. If I was a manager, I wouldn't have talk of players being tired and moaning about the amount of games and then now moaning about another 5-10 minutes here and there. Because if you start getting that in your head, then I think it can play tricks with your mind. I really do. You've just got to get on with it. We'll see where we go with it. But it's being done for the right reasons. But now, of course, we're getting a lot of reaction to it.
I wonder if subs will change as well. We see managers wanting to use substitutes more often. They get the option of 5. If your player is exhausted and mentally shattered, get them off, get somebody else on.
Yep.
But then also that can be seen as time wasting sometimes as well.
It can. You do that, Shaban. Managers do that. When your team are if you're under the cosh a little bit as a team, and your manager knows that, recognises that, the best way to just try and calm everyone down and reset, make a change. Yeah. If you've still got the ability to do it, make a change, and it gives everyone a chance to just get a few things sorted out.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.